Davos 2025, special address by Donald Trump, President of the United States of America.
13th Party Central Committee Conference solemnly opened in Hanoi.
Extending VAT reduction helps boost production.
You are watching today's news on NTV. My name is Nguyễn Thị Minh and I will be your guide through today's latest update. In his first appearance as an international forum after taking office, new U.S. President Donald Trump made notable speeches at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
In his speech, Trump outlined the new administration's key priorities, focusing on economic reform, foreign affairs and national security. President Trump began his speech by criticizing the economic policies of the previous administration, emphasizing that inflation and high living costs were the result of strict regulations and large spending. Trump pledged to implement the largest tax cut in U.S. history, directly benefiting workers, families and domestic manufacturing. In foreign affairs, he emphasized efforts to end the Russia-Ukraine conflict and said Kiev was ready to reach a peace agreement. Trump announced his readiness to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin as soon as possible to promote negotiations. He also called on China and countries such as Saudi Arabia and OPEC to play an important role in reducing oil prices, considering this a key factor to end the war.
NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte on Thursday urged the United States to keep supplying Ukraine with weapons to fight Russia's invasion and said he was sure Europe was ready to pay the bills.
Speaking at the World Economic Forum in Davos, the NATO chief said Europe must invest more in defense, ramp up arms production and take a bigger share of spending on Ukraine aid. In the panel discussion, Rutte said it was vital Russia did not win as it could result in Russian President Vladimir Putin high-fiving the leaders of North Korea and China. NATO chief's comments came after U.S. President Donald Trump said earlier this week that the European Union should be doing more to support Ukraine.
The 13th Party Central Committee Conference solemnly opened in Hanoi on January 23rd under the chair of Party General Secretary Tô Lâm.
In his opening speech at the conference, General Secretary Tô Lâm emphasized that the group of issues summarizing Resolution 18 is the most important content of this central conference. The summary of Resolution 18 and the reorganization of the political system have received the consensus, support, and high appreciation of cadres, party members, and the people, implemented in accordance with the spirit of the Central Committee, not waiting for the provincial level, not waiting for the district level, and not waiting for the grassroots level. Overall, up to now, many tasks have exceeded the set schedule, ensuring the correct direction of the Central Committee. On that basis, the Politburo submitted to the Central Committee for comments on the summary report of Resolution 18 and the plan to arrange and streamline the political system apparatus with many strong reform contents such as reducing units, eliminating intermediaries in the agencies of the party, National Assembly, and government, and proposing a plan to not organize district-level police in the people's public security system.
Coming up next are some updated news.
The Border Gate Management Center, Dang Lang Son Border Gate Economic Zone Management Board has just announced the customs clearance time during the 2025 Lunar New Year at the border gates and customs clearance routes, Hugi, Kai Ma, Tan Ton, Kok Nam. Accordingly, Hugi International Border Gate and Tan Ton Dedicated Road will temporarily stop customs clearance from January 28th to January 31st so that the Chinese side can take a Tet holiday according to regulations. From February 1st to February 4th, these border gates will carry out customs clearance for pre-registered import and export goods. From February 5th, customs clearance will be restored to normal.
This year, the travel trend during the Lunar New Year in Nghệ An has increased, with many families choosing to travel during the 9-day holiday. Thanks to the economic recovery, the demand for travel has increased compared to previous years. Many families have registered for abroad tours, such as to Japan, Korea, China, Singapore and Thailand. However, Domestic travel is still a popular choice because of its low cost, convenience and proximity, suitable for the needs of many families.
To meet the increased travel demand during the Lunar New Year and major holidays, Hanoi Metro has stepped up regular inspections of trains, infrastructure systems and equipment to ensure the highest quality of operations. Train lines will operate at maximum capacity during peak times to meet passenger travel needs. In addition, Hanoi Metro continues to implement key investment projects to upgrade and expand the urban railway system. The project to install a platform barrier system on the Cat Linh, Ha Dong line started at the end of 2024 and expected to be completed in the second quarter of 2025. This is one of the efforts to improve safety and experience for passengers.
A positive news for businesses and consumers is that the VAT reduction of 8% will be extended until the end of June this year. This is considered a big push to help stimulate consumption and support production.
In the period from 2022 to the end of 2024, thanks to the 8% VAT policy, businesses specializing in manufacturing and processing raw wood materials for export factories have been able to proactively manage cash flow and invest in production equipment to improve quality. In the context of slow orders and large inventories, the tax extension provides great support for businesses to rotate production capital.
Money to import goods cannot arrive in time. Businesses really need money to handle order. Obviously, if the government extends the tax payment deadline, there will be money to circulate for production.
The reduction of VAT and the extension until the middle of this year helps businesses continue to reduce product prices. And consumers can also buy at cheaper prices. Thanks to the reduction in VAT, businesses have the conditions to restructure product prices to be more competitive. And the extension will help businesses continue to have the conditions to research and invest in new products suitable for consumption.
The reduction of VAT also adds some types of products to make it easier for us to restructure products.
This is the time when Tet shopping increases. Currently, the stalls at supermarkets have been filled with goods to serve people's needs. Essential items are all eligible to continue to enjoy the 8% VAT rate, making it more convenient for people to shop.
Every year, some essential goods increase dramatically, but this year I see that the prices are stable and easy to shopping.
The extension of the VAT reduction policy until mid-2025 could reduce budget revenue by about 25,000 billion Vietnamese dongs, equivalent to 4,175 billion Vietnamese dongs per month. However, this will support businesses to accelerate the recovery of production and business, thereby contributing back to the state budget and the economy in general.
The tax department also informs the policy to all businesses to properly implement and enjoy the policies of the government. The tax department continues to exploit revenue sources to compensate for the revenue shortfall due to this exemption and reduction policy.
The reduction of value-added tax is applied synchronously at all stages, from import, production, processing to commercial business. In the context of many economic difficulties and fluctuations, this is a strategic policy to promote economic growth.
That is the end of today's news. Thanks for your watching and see you next time.